Well, we come to introduce IndoiAnalytics before we carry on further. This is a small group of talented people who have gathered to be in the mainstream of research and analysis. Because we see many of the meetings, they go beyond the boundaries, and at times the conclusive results are not made. And even if the conclusive results are made, the action does not happen. So a group of people like-minded, of course, when we say like-minded, the scope of development and thinking beyond the boundaries is limited. But we are like-minded, but we have our own dimension of thing, and we think to bring so many issues that would reach the government, that would reach the authorities. Those are concerned with whatever is happening around the country. We shall very soon have the deliberation from our panelists, learned panelists. So IndoiAnalytics is a very raw and a young breed of people who have taken the responsibility to be with following the mainstream of our country. We're not restricted to only politics, we're restricted to social fabric, we're restricted to anything that governs and deals with common citizen of the country. Now, why we thought of bringing these two topics to the audience, to the thought process of many? If I remember, we talk of fake narratives. There is an incident which happened during the Mahabharata war. On the 10th day, when Bhishma Pitama had given up, he was lying, and the problem was with the entire force, how to go and fight Pandavas. That was a big question. So they tried to, surf their resources, and they finally decided Ashwathama would lead the war in the absence of Bhishma Pitama. And Drona, of course, was not in favor initially, because his father would always, fighting a mighty might like Pandavas. But they decided in the evening that Ashwathama, and he really made a massacre of Pandavas. Every day, thousands and thousands of, the forces led by the Pandavas were eliminated. So they had a concern, what to do. Lord Krishna, as usual, Ishwar ki kripa, and they all, sat together and contemplated, let's do something which will bring Dronacharya in the open, because otherwise it is very difficult to, beat them or eliminate them. And there was decided how to do it. We must not speak lie, because Lord Krishna, I thought so. And he believed in principles, of course. Everything is fair in love and war. I do not know whether at those times, Shobhaji knows so much about it. So they decided, let's bring out someone who's also called as Ashwathama. That was the big elephant. And they killed an elephant on a purpose. A narrative was developed. A story was created. And then the announcements and promotion that Ashwathama is dead. Drona was, really grieved. How could my son be dead? He came out, and out of grief, begging to the Ishwar. That was the time when Pandavas eliminated Dronacharya. So bringing back to the forum, it is not that it is happening today. It happened many years back, prehistoric time. But the question is, that was limited again. The resultant was, something good, virtuous. And the other topic, like we're talking about the Naxals, as I had already discussed and tried to connect with you, every one of us in some capacity is an Naxal. But today what we're talking about, the hidden inner forces which are seeping into the urban society, which have different objectives in mind against the establishment, be it government, be it governance, be it party, be it people, be it societies, be it fraternities, anything which is going against. Reasons, of course, whenever I get an opportunity there to talk to Mao Zedong, I'll try to ask him why you created all this for the universe. So not taking much of time, because we are here to listen. I'm also here to listen, our panelists. I'll request our chief guest for the evening, Captain Shekhar Dattaji, to kindly present his chief guest address. Your Excellency, please.